These are the films that will make the box office go boom. Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 anticipated action movies of 2020. For this list, we're looking at the action movies that have us most pumped for 2020. We're excluding superhero films because those could warrant a list of their own. Number 10, No Time to Die. Release date, April 10th, 2020. While Casino Royale and Skyfall were instant action classics, most would agree that Quantum of Solace and Spectre left something to be desired.
The world's moved on, Commander Bond.
You were 00?
2 years. So stay in your lane.
Since No Time to Die will be Daniel Craig's swan song as 007 though, we're expecting this grand finale to hit its target. Although Sam Mendes isn't returning, Bond 25 has found an equally exciting director in Cary Joji Fukunaga. Winning a Primetime Emmy for True Detective, Fukunaga is best known for directing one of the most enthralling tracking shots ever executed. If Fukunaga can bring that same intensity, anxiety, and masterful cinematography to a Bond picture, No Time to Die should be a highlight of Craig's tenure.
Only your skills die with your body. Mine will survive long after I'm gone.
Plus, it has Ana de Armas, and we're always down for a Knives Out reunion. Number 9, Free Guy. Release date, July 3rd, 2020. The premise for Free Guy provides leeway for a lot of fun possibilities in terms of action and comedy. For starters, it stars Ryan Reynolds, suggesting that we may be in store for the next Deadpool.
Everybody down on the ground!
Hey, bud, you ever think that there's gotta be more?
Reynolds plays a seemingly ordinary guy named Guy. Like Roddy Piper in They Live, Guy comes across a pair of sunglasses that open up his eyes to the truth. Turns out the guy is an NPC in a video game, and he's about to become the unlikely hero of this chaotic world. We all know what it's like to go completely off the rails in a game like Grand Theft Auto or Fortnite. Free Guy looks like it'll tap into that over-the-top insanity, delivering an explosively hilarious extravaganza. Number 8, Jungle Cruise. Release date, July 24th, 2020.
Legend has it there is a tree in the Amazon that possesses unparalleled healing powers.
Whenever an action flick is set in the jungle, Dwayne Johnson should be at the top of any casting director's list. In the same vein as Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, and Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, we have a feeling that Jungle Cruise is going to be one of the summer's more pleasant surprises.
Look out!
The trailer possesses echoes of The Mummy, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and The African Queen. The film even looks like it could provide meta-commentary on the theme park attraction that inspired it.
10,000 to bring you there alive. Dead, it's 15,000.
Why should I pay more dead?
Dead, I'd have to carry you. Dead's a lot harder, lady.
Johnson plays the captain of a corny river cruise with obviously fake effects. When he gets swept up in an actual adventure, though, the backside of water becomes the least of his worries. Number 7, The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. Release date, August 28th, 2020. Ryan Reynolds strikes again in this sequel to The Hitman's Bodyguard.
Eyes up here. Eyes up here. God damn it!
We'll admit that the 2017 action comedy was a mixed bag, but the chemistry between Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson did show legs for future installments. Salma Hayek was also a nice addition as Jackson's eccentric wife, and it would appear her role is going to be expanded upon in The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard.
You're worried about my husband's safety? No one in this world can kill Darius Kincaid.
That title is already putting a smile on our faces. The follow-up has also assembled a promising supporting cast with Richard E. Grant, Antonio Banderas, and Morgan Freeman. Although we're still waiting to see if Kevin Costner ever pops up in one of these films. At the very least, we hope this movie actually includes the famous Whitney Houston song. Number 6, Snake Eyes. Release date, October 23rd, 2020. If you asked any 80s or 90s kid who their favorite G.I. Joe was growing up, chances are Snake Eyes was the action figure they coveted the most. If you're gonna breathe new life into the franchise, it only makes sense to shine the spotlight on the silent ninja commando.
Crush him!
For those who weren't fans of the last 2 live-action G.I. Joe movies, you'll be happy to know that Snake Eyes takes place in a new continuity. With the slate wiped clean, there is potential here for a thrilling and even dramatic origin story. However, the filmmakers are taking a risk by unmasking Snake Eyes.
I really want to see that face. There it is.
While that's almost never been done in past incarnations, we're on board if actor Henry Golding sells it. Number 5. Top Gun: Maverick. Release date, June 26, 2020. After nearly 3.5 decades, we weren't begging Hollywood for another Top Gun per se. Of course, we didn't demand a third Bad Boys movie either, but that long-delayed sequel wound up being a blast. So here's hoping that Top Gun: Maverick keeps this trend going.
Your reputation precedes you.
I have to admit, I wasn't expecting an invitation back.
Tom Cruise is back in the cockpit as Pete Mitchell, who's been promoted from a lieutenant to a captain since we last saw him. He'll always be a maverick in our eyes, though. Along with other familiar faces like Val Kilmer's Iceman, we'll also be seeing fresh blood like Miles Teller as Goose's son, whose nickname is naturally Rooster. With an emphasis on practical effects over CGI, the film should take the action to new heights. Number 4. The King's Man. Release date, September 18, 2020. From Kick-Ass to X-Men First Class, Matthew Vaughn has established himself as one of this generation's definitive action directors. The Kingsman movies have perhaps been the best showcase for his talents, however.
But there are other ways of doing your duty.
You're going to need a suit.
The first Kingsman was largely about passing the umbrella from one generation to another. The King's Man is going back to the beginning, though, centering on those who paved the way for Harry Hart and Eggsy Unwin.
While governments wait for orders, our people take action.
With the early 20th century and World War I providing the backdrop, the film looks very different from its predecessors, but still in the same spirit. Whereas the prior two films were love letters to James Bond and other classic spy thrillers, Vaughn compared this prequel to Lawrence of Arabia and Dr. Zhivago, implying he's made a modern action epic. Number 3. F9. Release date, May 22, 2020. Hobbs and Shaw are off having their own adventures, but F9 will nonetheless be a family reunion in more ways than one. We cannot think of a better action star to play Dom's estranged brother than John Cena, who was tailor-made for this franchise.
No one outruns their past.
I am more easy, you trying your best to become me.
And mine just caught up to me. Been a long time, Dom.
In order to settle the score with his criminal bro, Dom must turn to some old friends and old enemies.
Your whole life, you pushed yourself to be faster than Dom, smarter than Dom, stronger than Dom. But could you kill him?
Charlize Theron is back as the calculating Cypher, but the trailer's selling point was the revelation that Sung Kang is back as Han. Who says a social media campaign can't deliver justice? The action looks especially bonkers, even by Fast and Furious standards, with rocket cars, magnet planes, and a complete disregard for the laws of physics. We love it.
Please tell me that's not a Pontiac Fiero strapped to a rocket engine?
Impressive. I know.
No, that's not impressive.
Number 2. Tenet. Release date, July 17th, 2020. If you want an action film that'll make your heart race and stimulate your mind, you can always rely on Christopher Nolan. After tackling World War II and Dunkirk, Nolan's next film revolves around World War III. More specifically, Tenet is about preventing another world war via time travel.
That test you passed? Not everybody does. Welcome to the afterlife.
The trailer doesn't exactly explain how time travel works in this universe, although we assume DeLoreans and Terminators are not involved. What we can say is that the style, tone, and action appear to be drawing on the same lines as Inception.
All I have for you is a word. Tenet. It'll open the right doors, some of the wrong ones too.
Whereas Inception took us inside people's dreams, however, Tenet will turn the fabric of time upside down. Like all Nolan films, this is one that we definitely want to experience on the biggest screen imaginable.
Don't try to understand it. Feel it.
Oh man, I do love me a good action movie. And also a good time travel movie. You know what, Christopher Nolan, if you want to put a DeLorean in Tenet, I will not personally stand in your way. But I digress. I would say that our number 1 on this list is a pretty sharp left turn from number 2, but I know you guys are going to be excited about it. So let's psych ourselves up with some honorable mentions, and then we'll name our most anticipated action movie of 2020.
Why don't you tell us what the real mission is?
I need your head here.
One way or another, I want to get some answers.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Godzilla vs. Kong. Release date, November 20th, 2020. Remember when we all thought that this would forever be the definitive showdown between Kong and Godzilla?
Look at that.
As much as we love watching actors duking it out in suits, this monster mash is long overdue for an upgrade. While fans have mixed feelings about Legendary's past re-entries to the MonsterVerse, it's hard to deny that these are some of the most visually stunning kaiju movies ever produced. The action has also been consistently solid, and the studio is breaking out the big guns, or we guess the big claws and paws, for Godzilla vs. Kong. As long as they keep the focus on the titular monsters over the humans, we don't see how this crossover could be anything less than awesome.
He fought for us, died for us. He is not only proof that coexistence is possible, he is the key to it.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.